There, it's Lance here from Binary Court, and this week we're checking out Saints Row 4. So first of all, I'd like to start by saying I've not really played the whole of the series. I only recently picked up Saints Row 3, but really enjoyed it, so it's only natural that I thought I'd pick up the fourth one. Now, it wasn't at first what I expected. It starts off, as you can see, this is the introduction to the game that I'm showing in the gameplay video now. And it starts off, and it looks a lot kind of like a third-person Call of Duty. It's very gritty, there's terrorists, you're running around shooting people. It's even got a mandatory, like, QTE final fight. And then, after that, it just becomes utterly, completely ridiculous. And it's fantastic how great the game is, even in comparison with the third one. So, the main story of the game is that you're playing as obviously the boss of the Saints, the 3rd Street Saints, and after you finish the first mission, you basically take out a nuke with your bare hands, and because of that, you become the President of America. Shortly after you become President, the United States gets attacked by aliens and kidnap the best and brightest and put them in virtual worlds where you find yourself being first off, as it starts off, you are in kind of like a 1940s kind of parody world where you're just like a stay-at-home kind of president, and you're in a sweater, and it's very strange. But then as things you start disrupting the system by creating making damage and just ruining the general peace of it all. And that's basically the whole story of the game. You go around causing as much destruction and mess as possible, but while you're going about it, you get superpowers, which is probably the coolest thing about the game that I've played so far. But I still haven't finished it, so I don't know how it ends. But the first two superpowers you get are super speed and super jumping. Now you can upgrade both of these, so you can jump higher and move faster and fly in the end by you combining the two. So you will glide through the air for a little bit using your speed boost. But you can actually run really fast and jump really far by combining them together. And also there's a lot of collectibles, which are data clusters that you can use to upgrade your powers. And I think there's something like 1,200 of them floating around in the game, which sounds like it'd be a bit of a chore to get them all, but it's actually fun when you're running around like as fast as you can run around in the game and jumping across from roof to roof, feeling like an actual superhero, which is something that a lot of games like Superman 64, where you've got all these really cool powers, it doesn't make you feel like you're a superhero, whereas this does, because no one can really stand in your way and no one can keep up with you, and it's amazing. And there's a lot of side quests as well that go around into using your powers, like there's races that you can do, and things like you have to collect orbs by running as fast as you can and jumping over firewalls and things like that. And it's a really, really interesting way of finding really interesting ways of using your powers. And the grenades are also part of your powers as well. You get different elements. So there's fire grenades and ice grenades that freeze your enemies that you can then kick around and stuff like that, which is really cool. But the thing I seem to like about the game itself is how much of a parody of its genre there is. It's not a typical Sandbox game, but it also makes a lot of references and pokes fun at a lot of other games. So while you're being attacked by aliens, eventually you escape the kind of Matrix-like system you're stuck in, and you get a spaceship where you can go around and talk to your homies and collect missions from them. But you can also choose to romance them, which is obviously poking fun at the Mass Effect series. But the first character you can romance is Kinsey Kensington, the paranoid FBI agent who helped you out in Saints Row 3. And basically romancing her is asking her, "Hey Kinsey, do you want to fuck?" To which she punches you in the face and says, "Let's go." Now, obviously, you can repeat this as many times as you need to, but it is a massive parody of a lot of other games. There's a lot of references, and there's a lot of fun things that it has in there that you can find, and a lot of strange kind of Easter eggy references. Now, one of the coolest things as well about Saints Row 3 is the amount of different weapons you get, and this game is no different. You don't have a penetrator anymore, which is a shame, but you do have a giant alien tentacle kind of hentai bat. And you also have this gun that you can see in the video now, which is a dubstep gun, which, as you can see, it makes people dance to death, and all the cars will bounce up and down like they're on their like massive suspension, and it's a brilliant gun as well. And this, as you can see now, is one of the racing levels. As I say, it's really fun to use your powers. You don't really tend to drive very much, but one of the cool things is when you do decide to get in a car, you can download the vehicles, so that when you call your homie to deliver a car for you, he'll download the most recent car that you've downloaded, and you just do that while being in the car by pressing the down button. So it makes having cars, the choice of cars, a lot easier. But some of the cars in here are actually pretty cool before you get your powers, but then after you have your super speed, as you can see how fast I'm running around the city now, you never really need them because you can just bat them out of the way and you move faster than them anyway. Now, it has a lot of other missions that I recognise from Saints Row 3, like the insurance fraud ones, which were some of my favourite missions, and if you played Saints Row 3, you'll know what I'm on about. And they're really funny to play as, especially when you're running at a car with your super speed, and you go flying up in the air, and you get amazing kind of combos for stupid amounts of money, which is brilliant. So yeah, it's overall... Oh, and one of the other things that I forgot, it's one of something that something I've always wanted in a game, that a sandbox game like this, because one of the things I love about GTA and this Saints Row series is the music you have when you're playing in cars and stuff. Now in this game the music's quite interactive, so it follows you around. So there's been lots of times where I'm running around the city getting collectibles with my mixtape music still following me, so I don't have to be in a car to listen to the music, and I don't have to listen to all of the sounds of the city, which get quite boring after a while. And there was another mini game. It's a hacking game that you have to do, and that's how you buy shops. Instead of like buying the property, you hack into them and then you get the money from them. And it's quite a simple mini game where you've just got to match shapes to get from one end to the other. But they're quite fun. It has all of the other things from Saints Row 3 though that you like the taunts and the compliments and the customization of the characters. So overall, I think it's a brilliant game. I think anyone that's enjoyed the third one will enjoy this one. And it's an epic, kind of ridiculous parody, mostly of GTA. But if you can't wait until GTA 5 comes out, I would definitely suggest picking this up to tide you over. Because it's fun, it's crazy, it's easy to get into, and it's, like I say, the more you play it, the more fun you have running around, destroying the city, beating up people with a tentacle bat. So yeah, if you go to buynucore.org, I'll have a full written review for you. So go to the site, check out some more of our videos, and then subscribe. Thanks very much. Bye.